Hi, Denise.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, so there are people already. Should I admit them all now?
Yeah, you can let them in.
All right, okay. I'll mute myself now.
Thank you. And then if you could also give me access so I could share my screen and stuff, that'd be great.
Yep, sure. Yeah, you have the host access now. Can you make me co-host, please?
You know what? How do I do that? Because I've never had to.
You can click my name, and then there's three dots,
Let me find
and then you
you.
can click make co-host.
Make co-host. Boom. Make co-host. Did I do it?
Thank you so much, Denise. I'll mute myself now.
Thanks. Hello, everyone. Oops. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're going to be starting this in a few, the live Q&A. We're just letting everyone slowly get into the room. Lord, let me exit this. Perfect. Looks like I have a few new names in here.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? There's still some people joining the Zoom, so we're gonna start in a few minutes. But if you have any questions at all right now, you can feel free to unmute yourself.
I have a question.
Of course.
How do you determine your pricing for individuals and couples?
I'm sorry, it sounds a little muffled.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, yes.
How do you determine the pricing for couples and individuals?
So that really determines on what you believe your value of work is. So if you're just starting out with credit repair, you want to figure out if you're going to be charging per account, or like a flat rate. So are you in the CIA Academy by any chance?
Yes.
Okay. I believe there's a section in there that actually has a price breakdown, basically to go off of. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for you because that helped me a lot to figure out and determine the pricing for that. But your prices are your prices. When you're first starting out, you can definitely, how long have you been doing credit for? Not that it really matters. But are
I'm
you
br
currently taking on clients right now?
br brand new. Brand new.
Yeah, and I applaud you because a lot of people don't take that first initial step into taking on clients. So you're already there. So I definitely suggest taking on free clients at first. Like I wouldn't even charge until you have at least some testimonies, some testimonials to be able to share. And that way that's going to help you determine the clientele that you're going to get moving forward. And that's how you know how you're going to start charging. Let me see. So let me get into my back office. I'm going to look for that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And if there's anyone in the CIA group as of right now that's on this call and knows what I'm talking about, so that way I don't have to search in here. There's a section in, I think the CIA or the system setup or one of the recordings where they kind of break down like credit repair packages that you could start with. Might be in my
Oh, you
chat.
talking about like the 4 types of offers?
I'm not sure if it was the 4 types of offers. It was like a breakdown with a flyer with the credit repair packages of what you would charge a client. Was that in there? Let me see. Going through it right now. And there's not like a set number, just so you know, there's not like a right or wrong pricing. It just depends on the time you're putting in, what you're disputing, depending on if they just want some inquiries removed, like you kind of do your own pricing for that. And then I would also do some research with credit repair agencies within your area to see what they're charging. And then that way, to be more competitive, I would basically base my pricing on that.
Okay, thank
And
you.
if I can't, you're welcome. And if I can't find it during this call, I'll definitely post it in the school community and then I'll tag you in there. But I'm still searching for it because now I'm like, I know I have it in here. Dun, 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 dun.
Is anybody that's on the call right now, niche specific?
Niche specific. What do you mean by that? For credit repair in general? You mean like for a business?
For credit repair in general? Say, for example, you just work primarily with bankruptcies, or just you specialize in just getting rid of hard inquiries, things of that nature.
Let me see, because I'm like, there is a few people in here, but not everyone is within the credit repair space disputing for other clients. Some are just here repairing their own credit, so they might not. But if anyone here is in the CIA or within the credit space disputing as a business, then feel free to unmute yourselves. And then it's a secret lenders list. That's not it. So it doesn't look like we have anyone tonight unless we have a very quiet group. Let me see, pre-made Hamlets. Business setup master plans. And I'm still looking for that in the meantime until someone pops up with a question. Remember guys that this is a live Q&A. So we're gonna go ahead and get these questions rolling. Anything can be anything business related to credit. If you're in the credit repair space, you're kind of stuck, or whether you're in a disputing process for yourself and you don't know how to move forward with a certain particular situation, feel free to unmute. Create offers. No, this is for leads. I'm feeling. Man, and I came across that too, and I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to save this because it's so helpful. And now that we actually have someone that asked about it, it was months ago. And now I'm like, dang, where did I put that? Like, my mind going crazy. Let me see new CIA members. Darn. Yeah, I'm not able to find it right now, but I'm definitely gonna take a deep dive into that to see what section, because I have a lot of their products in my back office, like everything you could possibly think of. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that down for you. But I know it's back there. And then let's see. I see some new faces in here, guys. So if you guys don't mind, if you're not busy, go ahead and put your cameras on because we like to see faces in here. We're all family. Ooh. Is that you, Irina?
That is, I was on my computer too, because for some reason my computer doesn't unmute.
That's
So
okay.
I was just trying to figure out what the question was.
That's all right. It wasn't a question. I was just letting everyone know that they could feel free to unmute themselves if they had a question. And if you guys are here, new faces, I would like to see everyone's camera on. That way we can introduce you to the team.
I'm Marina. Let me
Welcome, Irene. I know you're the girl. Perfect. Tiffany, Lauren, Chanel. Hey, everybody. We have some familiar faces. Okay, let me go ahead and take a look at the messenger. Working on fixing my own. I just like an opinion. Is it best to leave or delete accounts that show as paid off? Oh, why can't I read this whole thing? Paid off for less than the full balance. If it's a negative account still reporting on your credit report, I would remove it. Even if it shows paid or less than balance, that just means that you paid without a pay for delete letter first. You never want to pay anything, especially if it's a collection, without getting that from the actual third party, because it's still going to negatively impact you. So you definitely want to get that removed. And what was the question? The question was earlier, sorry if I butcher your name. Is it Jamari? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. The question earlier was that if anyone's like niched down into a business, or if they just dispute bankruptcies, if they just dispute collections, like what is it that you currently, if you are within the business credit space, disputing for others, what is it that you guys currently dispute? You're welcome. Mr. Felicia, hi. I guess you're on your way back home from work or on the way to work, either one.
Yeah, I'm on my way home from work. Had to put in my time at Kaiser.
Perfect.
How you doing though? How you doing?
Dom
You
is
good?
perfect.
Oh.
Let's see. Okay, perfect. Ooh, did anyone have questions tonight? It could be anything. It could be anything business related with CIA. It could be anything with marketing when it comes down to posting on Instagram. Whether it's disputing. This is a live Q&A, which means that for you guys are able to ask whatever questions, because these aren't lessons here in this class. But what I'm gonna do for the new members, I just wanted to show how to navigate through school real quick. Let's see, share. So I'm gonna show you guys here in the school community for the new members, how you guys are gonna figure out what classes we have going on and what lessons. So you wanna make sure that you have access to the calendar and the classroom. So the classroom, make sure that you guys are, or is in here attending these classes, because this is where all the free information is at. Dom and Mikhail put all the lectures in here, social media marketing, how to make 6 figures, business credit lessons, like everything that you could possibly want to know about. And then if you, for whatever reason, you ended up missing a live Q&A or one of the classes that one of our special guests came on here to do, you can come on here to live mentorships. And I believe you get access to that once you hit level 6. Okay, and then if you ever need to get again to the Zooms, you come to your calendar, you're going to see all of this filled up. So as of right now, something that's weekly is the live Q&As every Wednesday with me. That's not going to change unless I have something going on and we let you guys know ahead of time. We also have live Q&As with Angel as well, Fridays at 9 p.m. And then we have the onboarding calls with Shaman on Sundays. All right. So you guys make sure you guys tap in. Also, here is what you're gonna find in the search bar. If for whatever reason, you can't get your answers, you can also come to the search bar and search anything that someone else may have posted recently regarding collection hacks. You can literally type that in and see what someone else had possibly posted within the group. So you can see that anything that's keyword collection hack is gonna populate here. So you're able to utilize that search bar. I think that was a pretty neat tool to use, especially if you're new and you're getting overwhelmed with everyone's information. All right, so you guys make sure you tap in there. And it looks like I have a question. Someone has hands raised. You can unmute yourself. Let me stop sharing my screen real quick. Sorry if I butchered your name again. Is it Jamari? Did you have your hand raised? And we'll get back to him. Okay. How can we remove business credit? Oh,
Oh,
yes.
no, go ahead. I was gonna say, I do have a question, but I'll go after them.
Okay, no problem. So it looks like Nate wanted to know how they can remove business credit inquiries. So this would be the same thing as your personal inquiries. So if you see them being reported and you know it was a bit, and you know exactly, let's say, because it happened to me, I had a hard inquiry from Navy Federal for a personal credit card, and then I also had a Navy Federal hard inquiry for my business credit card. I knew exactly what dates I applied, so I was able to dispute the Navy Fed hard inquiry with that specific date that was tied to that business application that I put in. So I was able to get that removed and keep the Navy Fed one for my personal credit card. So that's how you're able to be able to dispute those. It's going to be the same way how you dispute with those personal inquiries. Thank you, thank you. Perfect. And
So I've been hearing
Mhm.
people say.
Soft inquiries.
Mhm.
Do you dispute those also?
Yes, so if the client says that they actually don't want any inquiries removed or they don't want any touched, I don't. But we do include that within our credit repair disputing. We just verify whether or not that hard inquiry is tied to an open account. So we would have to do that manually. I know that sounds kind of like, do you currently use a platform? I can't even think right now. A platform to dispute, like a disputing platform, like Credit Repair Cloud?
I haven't
Dispute-
decided on one yet. I've been
Okay.
looking at several ones, but I just got to make the decision on which one I'm going to use.
Okay, for sure. That's, I think it's gonna help a lot too, because you can see everything all on one page, all of their accounts that are open, it will tell you. So if I see a hard inquiry, because some people have 20 hard inquiries, so you have to make sure that you don't dispute ones that are not tied or that are tied to open accounts. So if I see a hard inquiry for Bank of America, before I dispute that, I will go to their open accounts and I'll verify whether or not they have an open account with Bank of America. If they do, I don't dispute that hard inquiry.
Can you hear
You're
me?
welcome, Nate.
What happens if you do dispute it and it's connected to a good standing account?
I've heard both. I've heard good and bad stories. So you can get lucky and they may not close the account. But if you do, you may get that account closed and that card's not gonna work. So it's like some people want to take that risk and they don't want that hard inquiry on there. But I've heard horror stories where they're like, oh shit, excuse my language. They ended up closing that account. So if you really want to run that risk, you can go ahead and do that. It's like a 50-50 chance.
So that was my question. Can you hear me?
I can kind of hear you.
Kind of. Okay.
Yeah, it's like sounds low.
I don't know why.
Okay, but I can hear you
I-
enough.
Okay. So my question is, I've been taught not to remove inquiries that are tied to open accounts. But then I've been hearing some people say that you can remove the inquiry before it hits your account. So let's say if I apply with Navy Federal and I got approved, I can go and remove that inquiry before the account shows up on my
So I've
query.
heard that too. I've heard that too, but I personally don't do that because I don't want to run the risk like, hey, they're about to mail me my card and then I dispute as identity theft, like, hey, I didn't apply. This was, unauthorized. I don't want them to just close out the application and not mail me my card. So that's why I don't take that route. But some people have gotten away with that. I don't think there's like a right, it's all them, it all comes down to whether or not you want to take that risk.
Okay, I was just double checking because I thought that sounded kind of odd too, because I was like, I wouldn't recommend that, but people are like, oh, you can remove it before it hits and then you won't have that inquiry. I'm like, I wouldn't chance it either. So I was just
Yes,
double check.
exactly. I'm a little scary. Like I don't want my card. Sorry. I'll take
Mhm.
that hard hit. Irina, did you still have a question?
Yeah, I wasn't like advising no one to do it. I do advise them to go Yahweh, but I have took off inquiries that did belong to accounts while accounts were still on there, before the accounts hit. I just never had none of my accounts closed before.
You see, so there's really like a you could get away with it, and then it could get closed. We just never know. It's just a matter of
I did
taking
it after I took the money off, though.
Oh, you see? So it just all comes down on that mindset, guys, really. There's so many ways to go about this. That was a good question, though. I do get that a lot.
But one advice though, like when I do take them off and I know I do have an open account with them, I never do it through identity theft.
There you go, guys.
So how
Ooh.
do you do it? So how do you do it?
Rather, I'll call them up and you have to kind of listen to the tone of their voice, because Experian is super easy. They'll take it right off. Equifax and TransUnion, like you basically have to know that, let them know that you sent in the documents already, which you really haven't. But you have to listen to the tone of their voice. If they start saying, oh, okay, well, we could take them off, but we have to, send an investigation, hang up. Some of them would just take the inquiries off without saying, oh, we have to send an investigation, all that stuff. I had to call like about 7 times, because once you start saying, oh, I could send in an investigation, do you want to dispute? Click. No, I don't need no investigation. I just need them off.
Mhm. Thanks for that feedback. So considering, Irina, because since you said that you don't dispute them as identity theft, what is it that you're telling them on the phone? Not that I don't do
So I
calls,
Some
but
that I did not authorize these, like you said, and they'd be like, oh, did you send the identity theft and all that stuff? I do say yes, which I never sent it in.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes Yeah, guys, I really don't do them either. So I typically, for those hard inquiries, I don't do identity theft reports for them, but if again, I use a disputing platform, so there's other ways to go about disputing those. Let's say on Credit Repair Cloud or DisputeFox. If you don't have access to these platforms because you are not within the credit space when it comes down to business, what you guys can do is create a letter. If you want to go down that route, ask ChatGPT create you a letter and have it go to Experian TransUnion and say, hey, I did not authorize these hard inquiries, and name them and list the dates that that inquired, exactly how it is listed on your Credit Karma platform or whatever it is it's reporting. Awesome. Jesse, Anthony, Canera, Maricela. Ooh, welcome, guys. We also have the links in here, if for those who are new, for the DIY Magic Eraser course, which is also the Credit Essentials bundle. If you're currently disputing for yourself and you're trying to repair your credit, then that's definitely the route that you want to go, is getting that Magic Eraser course. So the link's in there. I think Jen threw it in. If anyone is interested in joining the CIA community, the Credit Influencer Academy, this is not just for individuals that are in the credit space. So if you're in another business or another niche, this is going to set up that foundation for you guys to be able to run whatever business that you would like to run with the CIA, because it's showing you how to create these funnels, these automations, these text marketings, the text, the email marketings, the graphics. So we go over literally everything within that CIA course, which you can actually transfer over to whatever business you happen to do. So keep that in mind as well. I'm just making sure that we end up, I'm going to see it. Okay. I'm getting to these questions right now. You can use suggestion only. I applied for this, but was informed of soft pull only and not aware it will be reported on my credit. That's crazy, because I thought soft pulls didn't report on your credit. And then we have Chanel. I'm new to the
They
DIY.
don't show, but you could, when you get your report from the agency, it will show all of the soft inquiries that have ever been pulled.
Oh, depending on what you're trying to get. Got it.
Depending on what you're trying to get, yeah.
Yep. Exactly. I don't really, I have a couple clients that do ask about that too. What's that?
I was also going to say that it's not just what you applied for. That's how you get your pre-approvals. So when I get my disputes back, on the back page, it'll have all of the soft pulls. And literally within a good 30 days, it was like 40 of them. And I'm like, what in the world?
Damn.
Why I don't see these? The first time I saw it,
Right.
I'm like, I ain't get these people permission. And then I said, okay, it's soft pull. So that's why I get all of these letters in the mail, the pre-authorizations. That's because they already saw I'm eligible for their products by doing the
Yeah, you have to opt out of you have to opt out on the secondary bureaus to stop getting those, and you'll see less soft pulls as well.
well, all of mine are frozen. Literally.
So when it comes to freezing the data, that data, if it's already been shared, they have it already. You can't delete previously shared information. So if an agency has already shared your data, it is already known. Like, it's already known. So I learned this from Daniel Rosen. He's really big on like just education. And so yes, when you go and freeze those bureaus, you're stopping anybody new from getting that information. But whoever already has it will get that. That's why if in some of my letters, I tell them, hey, go update anybody who's pulled my report in the last 6 months. Go send this new update to them, so that way they have this new information as well. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody's on the same page when it comes to the credit.
Right. Okay.
And Chanel, I was just reading your question here, or really a statement. I'm new to the DIY course trying to fix my credit. I just got it yesterday, so I'm still trying to learn how to fix credit or my credit. And you are really in the right community and within the school community. On top of that, I definitely suggest not skipping over any modules, because you can't really learn about collections and how to remove collections and hard inquiries and not learn what you have to do before you actually start disputing. So make sure that you stay organized. I always tell my newbies, when you start disputing, make sure that you always stay organized. Write down the type of method that you are using for the first round. And what was it? And dispute your personal information first. Okay? Do personal information, the freeze the secondaries, all right? Make sure those are your top two, and then stay organized. Make sure you write everything down. And it looks like I have a question. Do you have your hand raised?
Hey, how's it going? Let me turn my camera.
Good, how are you?
Doing well, how are you?
Good.
How's it going? So I have the Magic Eraser course and I've been going through it. And I've scrubbed my personal information and I've gone through the FTC plus CFPB method to submit dispute. What I'm trying to get off my credit report is a paid charge off. And I just got a response from TransUnion, and what they're saying is verified is accurate. So in the Magic Eraser course, I'm seeing two different templates. Which of those templates should I be using?
Let me verify. Let's see. Because those templates, again, they're just templates, so you kind of want to go off of what was received by the credit agency. So if they verify that account, you want to ask them how they verified it. I always tell my clients this, that's the template that you want to go off of. Where in the Magic, hold on, because it's been so long since I actually used the Magic Eraser course. So which section are you currently in for the template?
Okay, give me one sec. So the first one is where it says what to do if an account comes back verified. And then there's two templates there. And then there's another templates where it says dispute letter templates in round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4.
Yeah, so if you can actually, it doesn't matter which one you use. You can literally use it for the first response back. And if that doesn't work, then you're going to go ahead and translate and transition to the other one. But you want to make
Okay.
sure that that verbiage makes sense, where it resonates to your situation when it comes back as it was verified.
Okay. So in essence, just ask them for like a reinvestigation, ask them for the procedures they use, who they contacted, things like that. And also mention the FCRA, like right to privacy, whatever it's called.
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. That was my question.
You're welcome. Let's see, I'm looking through here. It's gonna come back as verified. What's this version? Statement of dispute. Yeah, I like to come in here from time to time to look at the templates as well. And you guys are able to also, let me share my screen real quick. When you guys are in, this is the Magic Eraser course letter template from one of the letters. You guys are also able to like copy and paste this whole thing, right? Let's say you don't want to use the same thing, which most of the time you guys don't want to use this word by word. You can literally come to ChatGPT and paste it in here and ask it, please rewrite this in other words. Please rewrite this in other words and utilize, no, and emphasize my rights to privacy when it comes to my credit report, like this, right? And if you guys wanted to get more in depth, you can actually go find that the Cornell law specifically for privacy and have it in here within ChatGPT and say actually utilize 15 US code XYZ.
I think it's
And
6801
let's see,
if
15
you want to
US.
do it. Yeah,
You said which one was it?
6801. The
16.
disclosure right to information or something like that.
I know, this is why I gotta write them all down in my thing, in my little notepad. Privacy. I have it in, but since I'm sharing my screen, I'm gonna just do it the old school way, guys. Let's see. And this is how I do it, guys, too, because a lot of times I don't remember at the top of my mind. I know there's a lot for it, and then I just find it and utilize it within my letters. 16. Let's see what this one is. The requirements and privacy restrictions. So I haven't gone over this one. We're not going to use that one. So this one's the accuracy and fairness of credit reporting. But you guys are also able to utilize that as well. But whichever law you guys decide to use within, again, your situation, you're able to just go ahead and add it in here. Emphasize. What's gonna happen is it's gonna create a whole new letter template for you to use where it's not word by word, as you guys can see here. And now you're able to utilize that and then upload it onto the CFPB. Okay, you can do this every single time, so that way you don't get flagged for using the same verbiage or the same dispute letters, or they might close the account. This is where a lot of you guys kind of struggle at, which is like the dispute letters. But I promise you it's very easy, especially when you utilize that ChatGPT and do it for you. Did you still have a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, my name is Chibuka.
I didn't put that down. I'm horrible with names. Chibuka, I'm so sorry.
No worries, you're all good. So yeah, I had a question about a late payment. So I have one late payment with Chase Bank. It's from last year, like April, May 2023. So I've tried sending in a goodwill letter, but they said that they had to report it accurately, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it seems like that method is not working. The billing error dispute law, I looked through that through the Cornell site. It looks like that wouldn't apply to me because they did send it like 21 days in advance before the statement date. So what other methods could I use to actually get that late payment off my report?
So they also have a law, which is what someone had posted here in the school community. And I think, Shimon, you also posted it as well, which is experience transactions.
Late payments are my favorite.
And then if you want to elaborate on that, I'm going to go ahead and look for it on the school community.
Yeah, so pretty much, there's a law, right now I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm just gonna find it. There's a law that pretty much states that a creditor is not to disclose the experiences between the consumer and the creditor. And transaction, any type of payment history is considered an experience with that consumer, with that creditor. So them reporting your late payment is them divulging the experience that you had with you and them. So yeah, it's illegal.
Okay, so I can use that to say, hey, get this out from. Okay. Think that.
Absolutely. I was able to remove 4. I did the same thing you did. I had 4 late payments with Capital One. I called them, tried to get the goodwill. That didn't work. So I said, okay, I'm going to take this into my own hands. I sent them that dispute letter directly to them, though. My issue was not with the agency. When you're reporting late payments, you want to dispute it with the actual creditor because that's who's reporting the information. So I sent that letter. I put the whole letter template in the group, too. I sent that letter straight to Capital One. And about a week and a half later, I got some information back. Those 4 payments were.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So with that, what email would I send that to for? Like, would I use CEO emails to find the email for that particular creditor?
So
Yeah, so you're going to want to send it directly to them.
Would I use CEO emails to find the email for my particular creditor?
You can actually. That's who I sent it to. So originally I sent it to Capital One for my goodwill letter. And because I didn't know who else to send it to, like for the second letter, I just sent my dispute letter. Actually, Google their mailing address and then just mail it to the mailing address. They might have a dispute center. You can find the dispute center and send it directly to them too.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and I actually tagged you just in that on the school community, and I also sent the actual law that was from Shimon's letter. So I just put that in the chat for you as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. 1681. Sorry guys, I'm looking for something very specific. 16818289.
So I have a client whose repo was removed off TransUnion, but it stayed on Equifax and Experian. Then it came back to TransUnion, and now it's unaltered.
Okay, so you're saying basically an account was disputed, deleted, and then reinserted back again, right? Okay, there was a section. Did you already review the section in the Magic Eraser course about the reinstatement of an account on there? If not, that's okay, but there is a section in there.
When I just checked my progress, I thought I was doing better than what what it says.
That's okay. Listen, I have this. I'm gonna get it up for you guys. There's a law in here as well. I'm just gonna pull it up for you. Because the credit agencies, they are required to be able, no, they're required to send you something in the mail, written disclosure, basically letting you know that they are reinserting that account back onto your credit report within 4 to 5 business days. If they do not let you know, they also need to provide certain disclosures and proof of why and how they're able to put this back onto your credit report. So you're able to hit that violation with that law within your dispute letter. Yeah, it's really like my favorite law because I get this like all the time, really. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick again. Okay, so what I did was basically come to Cornell Law. This is the law where you would look under for accounts that were reinserted into an account. 15 U.S. Code 1681I, procedure in case of disputed accuracy. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Ooh. Meeting group chat, there we go. So you guys can have it. So you're gonna scroll down to where it says requirements relating to reinsertion of previously deleted material. So where it says here, if any information that has been deleted from a consumer's file pursuant to subparagraph A is reinserted in the file, the consumer reporting agency shall notify the consumer of the reinsertion in writing no later than 5 business days after the reinsertion. So if they didn't let you know that they were going to reinsert that, it should not be on there. And that's how you're able to call them out on it. And they also have to provide these documents, additional information, right? So under Clause 2, a consumer reporting agency shall provide to a consumer writing no later than 5 business days, blah, blah, blah. And then they also need to provide you a statement that the disputed information has been reasserted. And they need to also provide the business name and address of the furnisher. And a notice that the consumer has the right to add the statement, right, to the credit report. So under where it says additional information is all the information that they need to provide to you before inserting all of that, okay, into your credit report. So you're able to utilize that for that dispute letter. I'll put that also in here for you guys, just in case you're able to copy and paste, save it. I don't know, put it in your notes. Make yourself a cheat sheet, even though we do have quite a few cheat sheets on the school community as well. If you actually type it in to the school community, you'll be able to see it there.
Okay. Huh? Can you share with me the order?
I'm not saying. Nate, do you have a question?
No, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
So I have a question about the 1099-C for collections. How does that work? Who do we send it to? Is it to the collector, to the bureau? Is it to all three? How does that work?
So the 1099 is more like for charge-offs, if they charge off the debt, and you would send that to the credit reporting agencies.
Okay, so I can send it for all charge-offs. So all charge-offs will get a request for a 1099-C.
So you can request it from the original creditor, but they don't like to give that out. A lot of the time I've heard, I've never personally had to deal with requesting one, but I know from stories from other clients that they give them a hard time most of the time. But supposedly once you get that 1099 form, you're able to utilize that as supporting documents to the credit reporting agencies, letting them know that this was discharged and you'll be able to report it then. Oh, skinny pop.
I'm sorry, you said that was for charge-offs or collections?
Charge-offs mostly. Hi, Greg, welcome.
Sorry, how's it going?
Good. And I'm saying, there's a lot of new faces, new names. I love it. For you guys who are just joining and you may have missed a majority of the live, just make sure that you guys get to level 6 because that's where you're gonna have all the recordings at within the community. Did anyone else have any questions?
Yes, I do. I have a client that I've been fighting this bankruptcy for a couple months. I've sent in a couple different disputed methods and they just keep bringing it back verified. And I know she sent me pictures of her LexisNexis. I did all 5 of her freezes. And keeps coming back verified. And even when I asked them to give me the information as to how they verified it, they're not responding to her in that way at all. It's just like, oh, we see a shoe, you know, it'll be a stolen letter or something stupid.
So she already got the letter from the court stating that they don't report the information.
And I sent that in when I'm 3 times ago when I mailed it. So 3.
Okay. So when you
before.
sent it off the first time and then the second time, did you change the dispute letter? Or did you, like, are you changing the verbiage within those letters?
The first time, 3 months ago, I actually mailed it and certified. The second and third time, I did it with the CFPB. So they would actually see what they were.
So with the verbiage was in the letters. So the first one you submitted, it was, okay, hey, we have the letter. They already clarified that this is not supposed to be reporting. They never verified this to you guys. And when they verified it, what did you say within the second letter? Like the second and third, like that's what I mean. Like, did you switch up the verbiage to where, again, at that point, yeah, you would ask, how did you guys verify this information? X, Y, Z. Then you mailed it off, and then you must have got another response. Was it the same response? Like, hey, we verified this?
Yeah, it was. This one was, please explain your, representation uncovered to the lead. What's this? What certified documents were reviewed, conducted, investigated. So it literally has like 8 different questions in here asking them, how did you get this information? They
Okay.
didn't. Yeah,
Do you
they
call on behalf of your clients as well, or do you just send out the letters?
I haven't called because I didn't get power of attorney paper done.
So let me see, you can also do again the civil liability law, which is the willful non-compliance, because you've submitted all the documentation where it states that this information is not being verified and the courthouse does not report that information. So I'm not sure if you attended one of the classes, but you can definitely look it up on Cornell Law. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for you and you're able to utilize that in your dispute letter. Give them a brief breakdown with the dates that you sent off those letters. So if you sent it certified mail, I would include that in your dispute letter, where you state, I've sent supporting documents related to this bankruptcy that should not be reporting because I've had this letter mailed into you guys on 5/28, let's say 4/28, and I don't know, February 28th, okay? So you want to make sure that you are very specific and then say that you're going to be looking to litigate or take them to court or sue them for them non-complying. It's willful non-compliance because they're not removing that information after you supplied all your supporting documentation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna put that in the chat as well, and I'm gonna share with you guys. Share screen. So this is criminal liability for willful and knowing violations. So they are knowingly violating your rights when it comes down to verifying this bankruptcy over and over and over again after you've even supplied that letter from the bankruptcy court, telling you or telling them that they don't report or verify that information to the credit reporting agencies. So this is very important to know. Again, you guys can look into the subchapters and look a little further when it comes down to Cornell Law. So this is going to be your best friend. Looks like Shimon asked what year was the bankruptcy. I don't know if you wanted to add it on to that, Shimon.
I think in the previous one I actually did. It's been like 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
Okay, so they probably have like another year. So I would definitely go that route and see if you're able to get results. But obviously bankruptcies are not easy to remove. They're actually very, very difficult, especially if a client has multiple negative accounts tied to that bankruptcy. So you're doing the right thing. You're submitting the correct documents. What? Huh? Lord. So yeah, so you're doing the right thing. Just stay on that right path and keep supporting and sending in those documents, but you'll definitely want to put in that willful non-compliance. Thank you for that, Jesse.
I was just about, that's why I'm asking what year the bankruptcy is, because if it's 2018 or after, the issue is not with LexisNexis. It's with this new company that TransUnion switched to in 2018 called LCI. But the issue is that exactly. But the issue with LCI is you can't directly dispute with them. You have to dispute that through TransUnion. So there's no contact information for LCI that we've been able to find yet. So TransUnion is really who you want to really lean heavy on. If you can get TransUnion to knock it off, then you can get it off from everywhere else.
TransUnion is who I got to remove my my client's bankruptcy, but it came back.
Oh, okay.
I had a question.
What
January
of 17? Oh no, I was saying my clients was January of 17.
Okay, so it would be with LexisNexis.
And theirs is frozen.
Yeah, again, I would go down that route because at this point, they're playing games. And then are you submitting them every 30 days?
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. And then again, I think we might have mentioned this last time too. If you plan or if the client plans on litigating, then I would certainly start mailing these off with certified mail. To make sure that they like you got the signature letting you know that they received those documents and they're still not removing that document.
The other thing that could help your case with the bankruptcy, it just so happened that my client went into a bank to try to get approved for a loan. However, they were approved for the loan. They were pre-approved for the loan for like 75K, but because the bank saw the bankruptcy, she denied him. But that's damages. According to the FCRA, that is damages based on inaccurate reporting on your credit report. So I can invoice that up, $75,000, and send it straight to them. I can show them proof of damages from a direct action of what they are doing wrong. So you need to ask your clients, hey, did you apply for anything? Try to get as much information as you can to help your case, because at this point, it's just a matter of leverage. You got to use any information that you can to leverage that against them and to just play hardball.
Correct. And make sure you document everything because you're not going to be able to just, if you decide to go litigate or go to the court, they're going to want to see all the proof and documentation.
Do you have a sample letter of what it looks like from when the courts reply and say that they don't report to the credit bureaus?
I don't know if I put mine in there, but I have one that I could share. And so that way you guys can see exactly what it says or what you needed to say. Pretty much it's just them saying, hey, thank you for reaching out. This is your name, case number, whatever the information is. Just so you know, we do not and have never reported. That's not our responsibility according to the FCRA. That information, it's like a legal letter. But it states everything that you need, and it has their stamps and everything on it.
Exactly, they do.
I was going to say, I have my client's original. I'll black everything out. And if you're in the school community, I'll upload it so you can kind of see what how it looks.
Okay. I am I don't know how to get there, but I'll figure it out. Like they sent me a password or something to log in. Is that it? I don't know, but I'll figure it out.
You
For the
just
school community?
you have it. Yeah.
One
How do
thing
I
I
get in the
would
school community? Okay, I can
Ooh.
share mine if you like. Yeah.
Hold on. So where is it that you're having trouble logging in?
Oh, I'm not having trouble. I've logged it.
Good.
I'm the bum.
Okay, no worries. I just want to make sure you were able to get access. Thank you for everyone tapping in, and anything that you guys obviously have. I guess it was for letter templates. If you guys want to share it in school community, be my guest. But it is just a simple letter. It's so simple. Literally, name, the bankruptcy, the type it is, and basically letting you know, hey, we don't report this information to the credit bureau. It's like very straightforward. With a
what I would
signature.
say, if you are doing a bankruptcy for your client, do not include it on an FTC identity theft report. Don't do that. It will hurt you. That's how they are verifying this information, because you had to go to court, right? Like, so that is something to keep in mind. If there's any account that is attached to somebody physically walking in and having to show proof, do not do identity theft. They will not remove it. Or if they do, it's going to come back, because yes, they can absolutely verify you physically walking into a court and signing documents. So just be careful how you are disputing those accounts. And that goes for the negative accounts associated to the bankruptcy as well. You do not want to put that on an identity theft report, because it will come to bite you in the butt when you're doing the bankruptcy.
Perfect. And you guys keep in mind that credit repair is credit repair. It's not a permanent solution, only because this system is built for us to fail. So the fact that this does not remove the debt, it does not remove the obligation of what we still need to owe, or anything along those lines when it comes down to charge-offs, collections, and things of that nature. So it may very well be sold to another debt collector, a third party, and it may come back again. You're just gonna have to keep disputing it. That's why it's very important for you guys to know how to dispute this yourself if it comes down to that, because you may very well get your credit fixed, but you're gonna need to know how to do it yourself, because later down the line, you may get a collection that pops up on there. What are you gonna go to a credit repair agency every single time when something populates back on there? So also keep that in mind. Did anybody else have any questions? It was a good class. You guys had some good questions. I think the next class is gonna be
I got one of mine. I
Mhm.
got one of my answered earlier today in our chat. I was trying to find a microphone, so I was in the process of trying to do my my thank you page and my welcome page over the videos. And while I'm trying to hold my phone, I sound like I'm far away.
Mm.
So
You know what? Yes, they have I got mine honestly from TikTok Shop, and it works well for me. It was like $5.
That's right. Okay.
Literally. But if anyone else has a link to a microphone, if you currently use one, to drop it down in here, be my guest. But I'm not gonna be able to find a link because it was a TikTok Shop. But you can literally find one anywhere. It can be even from Walmart, Five Below. It's like a clip that goes into your phone, and it's like a little microphone that you can hold or clip onto your shirt. And when you talk, it's like very loud.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go to Amazon, that's where I got mine. It comes with two mics, the little thing to plug into your phone. It's like $15.
Mm-hmm. But I see you with your reels. Keep on going.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Oh, one thing that has worked for me, I'm not gonna lie, I use my coworkers as my clients. I don't know where you guys work at, but bring cards with you. Bring whatever it is that you do as far as credit repair goes. Put that shit on your desk. Put it, if you can, I'm serious, put it on the back of your chair. I had my manager walk over the other day for a one-on-one yesterday. He was like, "Oh, you do credit repair?" Bam, right there. Easy
Right.
conversation starter. Easy conversation starter. So that's one thing that has helped me is I just started bringing my business with me everywhere I went. And that even means my 9 to 5. So, well.
Period. I'm happy that everyone is able to get their questions answered and not feeling like they have to put them in the chat. So feel free again to unmute, but if anyone doesn't have any other questions, I think we're good to go, guys. Thank you guys so much, and make sure that if you guys currently need assistance with the credit repair, my link is literally in the chat. You guys can schedule your free credit analysis with me. And I am doing a special. I ended up literally putting it like earlier today, but it's until midnight. I'm doing just a flat fee because they were requesting the special. It's $500 completely for 6 months. So make sure you guys tap in if you're not wanting or willing to do your credit repair yourself. Thank you guys, everybody. Thanks, Jessie. She's so cute. Hi. All right,
Bye,
y'all.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night.